Now, let's see the 7 rules for successful marketing writing. These rules will help you to write content pieces that will in turn provide you leads. The first one is KISS. It's an abbreviation. So, KISS means keep it simple and succinct. Throughout this freelance content writing class, I've been asking you to do this particular stuff. I'm repeating this time and again because when it comes to content, apart from white papers and times where you need complicated content, it is actually advised for you to write it in a simple and in a proper way. In marketing writing, this principle, the KISS principle, means using a simple, straightforward 3-part structure consisting of the introduction, body copy, and conclusion. So, usually in the marketing writing, people try to convey whatever they want to convey in a very short manner. They'll just make sure there is no sort of excessive words inside the content. So, in the introduction, you need to explain the value which is being offered to the reader. Why is this person like reading it? Why should the person continue looking into it? So failing to do that means a loss of reader engagement and attention. And if that happens, it won't matter what's in the next 3 sections, right? So basically, like, let's say you are going to a hotel. So the hotel has 3 rooms. The very first room is a reception, and once you cross the reception, you have the pantry section, and then you have an amazing swimming pool, amazing events, the best in the world class manner. You have everything there. The reception, when you enter the reception, you see lots of cockroaches running here and there. You see spider webs hanging. You see bats in the corner. And there's a person, obviously, since it's a reception with a broken table. Remember, there's a world class affinity in the third row. But if you are entering this particular reception, do you think you will be proceeding to the second or the third room? Obviously, no, right? So basically, your introduction is like your reception room. You might have the best world class content in your body copy or in your conclusion, but if you fail to provide a proper introduction, you are losing your audience. So that is why in the introduction, you need to explain them that you are going to provide certain values or certain offers. If you fail to do that, there will be a loss of reader engagement when people won't be interested in whatever you're trying to say. The second thing is the body of your content. It is where you elaborate on whatever you're trying to tell in the introduction. This is where you give evidence, this is where you give data, you give examples to support whatever you're trying to say. So the body of your content is basically the pillar of whatever you're telling. Without the pillar, everything demolishes. But remember, introduction should be in a way it's attractive so that people come to the body part and read the body part, what it is about. If you're promoting a product, it's very important to tell its features and specifications and why it is important. So the body of your content is also important. Then comes the conclusion part, where you reiterate the introduction and also explain how the piece of content has provided a benefit to the reader as a customer. So basically, when I say KISS, means keep it simple and succinct and to the point, and make sure it's attractive, make sure it is worth the read, it's worth the hype of whatever you're trying to say. Only when you prove useful, only when you tell content that is essential for the readers, they will make a decision to buy a product or ignore a product or service. The second and foremost important point is writing to your audience. When I say audience, I want you to recall our previous slides in the various classes that we have seen about writing customer centric content, understanding the buyer persona, or understanding who our audience is, how do we find them. So the same thing applies here as well. You need to write to your audience. Remember, if you are writing something that is not apt for your audience, you are making the company a huge loss. Let me give you a quick example for you to understand this better. Let's say you are running or you are walking in the street of Madhya Pradesh. You seems to, see a particular person who is deprived of food and water for almost a week. The person looks very weakened. The person looks fatigued, tired, exhausted, without any sorts of food or input inside him. And you are a YouTuber giving away free iPhones for views, what do you think if you go to that particular person and offer an iPhone which is worth 1 lakh, let's just say 1 lakh, and you're trying to give it to him? Do you think that person would be happy to accept in 1 lakh iPhone or a 10 rupee plate of samosa? What do you think that person would choose? Just imagine the situation. That person is basically very exhausted and tired. He doesn't have water, he doesn't have food for more than a week, and it's important. It's really like he's really hungry, he's really angry at himself because he's not able to do anything. And if you go offer him food or an iPhone, what do you think he would pick first? Obviously the food, because that is what he is in need of. If you give an iPhone to a person who's in need of it, obviously they'll pick that instead of the samosas, right? So you need to find your right audience and provide your content. If you're going to the wrong person and providing the exceptional content, it doesn't make sense. So the companies should do not delude themselves thinking everyone wants your products. Not everyone wants your products. If you are creating baby products, only mothers and newborn, parents, newborn babies' parents will need them. Not everyone. Not everyone needs a feeding bottle, right? So don't think everyone wants the products, because that simply it isn't realistic. Trying to appeal to everyone ends up making the product unappealing. If you try to satisfy everyone, your product might not even be successful in the market. So stop trying to appealing everyone and try to find your suitable niche, try to find your suitable audience and sell it to them. One effective way is to launch an audience identification strategy to create customer personas. Customer or buyer personas are semi-fictional archetypes based on actual customer research and data that represents the key traits of your target audience. So we do have seen about customer personas, but this is a detailed and a brief explanation of what a customer persona is. So customer or buyer personas are semi-fictional archetypes based on actual customer research and data that represents the key traits of your targeted audience. After conducting interviews, focus groups, and other data collection efforts, marketers consolidate these responses to identify the commonalities in available data. Commonalities. From there, they work to identify pain points and other psychographics in the company's customers are experiencing. Using this collected and analyzed data, you can develop a profile of a person that combines demographic information and common themes from your data. This is where the vision of a typical customer takes shape. And based on what product or service you're selling, try to identify your audience, the people who are in need of your product, and sell them.